Speaking of television shows that don't want to stay dead.
Action!
Yeah, you knew exactly what I was going with. Another Game of Thrones
We just talked about this Game of Thrones
prequel.
something. Well, Aegon's Conquest.
Yeah, there was. We did.
The prequel to the prequel.
The prequel to the prequel, because there was another cancel one that we read about the other day.
Right.
This one is another prequel because, again, they are not going forward because they don't know yet how to fix that.
You've got to come back with me.
But they're not brave enough to do a sequel series and fix the problem. I don't. The Hedge Knight?
It's about a stockbroker who becomes a knight of the knight of the. He gets transported to the past and has to become a knight of the Round Table, but he's a stockbroker.
Careful, you might pitch a really good
I'd
idea.
watch that movie. And you get John Hamm. It's okay. I already got a 200-page script.
I'm trying to decide
The Hedge Knight.
What they're
a Knight
trying
of
to
the
do.
Seven Kingdoms, the Hedge Knight. Like, we couldn't pick a title, so.
This was originally announced last Christmas.
Yeah.
Roughly right around Christmas time.
Yep.
Because what the original plan, and I think they're behind, because they've canceled, I think, 3 other ones that we've
Multiple
gotten into
shows.
this.
We were supposed to get a Wall show.
Mhm.
We were supposed to get White Walkers, like.
Well, they
prequel
wanted it to where,
show.
like, every year there was a different show and another season. That way it would keep it fresh. If it was like The Wall this year, but then next year it's House of the Dragon, but then next year it's this show, and then boom, we're back to The Wall show. You're getting Game of Thrones every year, but
Every
you're getting
year.
a
different sect.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But then they were like, hey, that ending was so bad. Scrap everything that happens after the series, and let's go back to the beginning.
We're going to go back. Like, Jon Snow, Kit Harington was supposed to get his own series.
Which me and you've talked before multiple times. They could have fixed. They could use that as like basically season 9 Game of Thrones and go, all that was to set this up, so therefore it really wasn't shitty.
Yeah.
It's all part of the story to get to this point. But no, let's just keep going backwards.
I just want House of the Dragon season 2.
That's what I mean. And if you're going to announce this should have been ready for this last year in between the House of the Dragon years. If you had a whole almost 2 years in between, why didn't this come out then?
Why'd you wait so long? If you're announcing like 4 or 5 shows, it's like, no, this is for like 2025. And
Yeah,
then,
Christmas
like,
2025.
And why am I hearing about this?
Yeah,
We
like,
still have
how
like
far
2
behind?
years. Yeah. And it's like, are we getting anything next year for Game of Thrones? Or is it like we get
That's-
House of the Dragon this year,
This
nothing,
summer,
and then
nothing all the way until the following
until this?
winter, it sounds like.
Guys.
Which, if they're caught up, which means then the next year we'll get House of the Dragon season 3 and that, because they're going to end up. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
again, guess what company produces this?
Warner Brothers.
Brothers.
Saslab. Saslav's name is all over this fucking article, and I'm like, you cancel everything just to do Game of Thrones spinoffs? Like, what are you, Disney? Like, just leaning into Star Wars and
They're
Marvel?
leaning into
like,
their IPs, because it's funny you say that
except
because
they fucking aren't. Because
well, they are now. Because now Zaslav himself has come out since we'll
I need a confession from Zaslav saying, I'm a fucking idiot.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
I'm here just to pump the stock
I'm
prices.
sorry. I'm just a money man. Yeah, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
See,
Yeah.
we made money. Well, you literally ended 8 movies, put them in a vault that no one can see, and people gave their life for and never get to see the result. Like,
Yeah, what a dick. Like, I wouldn't expect people to keep working for your fucking company, dude, if you're
There's gonna
canceling
be
movies.
blowback.
Yeah,
There eventually will
literally.
be.
Like,
this one is set a century before Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon is set like what? Roughly, is it like 60 years, 100 years?
50 or 60
It's
or
something
something
like that.
It might be
I'm
100
trying to
also. I don't
remember
know.
This, though, is going to be based on some of the most popular side stories, like Duncan and Egg, like Sir Duncan and his Squire Egg. But there's like a bunch of mini
Sure.
like novellas,
Yeah.
like Duncan and Egg.
George Michael, I'm sure that Egg is a very nice person.
I don't.
I don't care. I want
didn't-
House of the Dragon.
To
That's
be
all
fair,
I care about.
I wasn't excited for House of the Dragon, and then it ended
Blew
up
me
being
away,
amazing,
yeah.
and Matt Smith kills it. So
But those characters aren't even going to be in the second season because we're jumping forward again, right? And it's like the kids that were born are
they
going to be the
I was gonna
adults
say, I
of
think
season 2.
they're aging, but they'll be older, like Matt
Right.
Smith and all that. But you know, from the shitty thing about the prequels, and I'll end it with this, is
You know where
what's
it's
going to
going.
happen. Like that Matt Smith character, he's real cool. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
Not just because of years, but because like they talk about in the
'Cause
show, like, oh, remember when that guy
character
died in
dies.
this thing doing this? And you're like, oh, so now I'm just waiting for that to happen?
Right.
Cool.
It's like we know their fates.
Yeah,
we
so-
know where this whole thing fucking
So
ends.
until you fix the
Yeah.
ending, I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't
I
care.
don't want it.
I don't want it.
I never wanted a crown.
I didn't subscribe to this reboot because it's none of the returning cast other
Pretty
than
much
Kelsey
none.
Grammer.
Like
Yeah.
Niles said, he may come back to do a cameo if there was
David
a second
Hyde Pierce,
season.
yes.
So I feel like they were like, well, we got to greenlight a second season.
So
just
Niles
to have
can
him
come back. Fucking
for
A.
one episode.
Yeah. No, I do not agree with this. I don't like.
Not
I don't like.
everything
I don't like
needs
it.
A
No.
revisit.
No. Paramount Plus has nothing though.
That's true.
Like,
That's why they're